Source Design International, David Aliberti here. Today we're going to talk about, today's theme is, can we make it? We're always talking about made in USA. Can products be made here? Do we want to make things here? So our guest today is Ihan Chakmur. Ihan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely, Dave. Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Sure.
It's great to be here. My name is Ihan Chakmur. I'm a U.S. licensed customs broker. I've been in import and export industry for the last 20 plus years. And it's been a great ride. I've held positions from procurement, sourcing, product development to trade compliance. So basically every aspect of supply chain as we know it today. But we're living in really unique times at the moment. As you know, we're dealing with number of vessels, number of containers, coming into U.S. ports of entry, mainly into Los Angeles and Long.
And how many do we have now? What's the number up to?
Well, the number as of this morning was about, this is really staggering, 893,000 containers on 75 vessels that are anchored out in the ocean waiting to be unloaded. Wow. So that's just in Los Angeles and Long Beach. That's not even counting, ports like Savannah, New York, or Houston.
Yeah, and even the stuff that is made here in the USA relies on components and parts from other countries.
Absolutely, the raw materials that are coming in various materials are all subject to this kind of backlog. There's really nothing that's immune to being congested at the port at the moment. And then just to speak about the costs that are involved, that's also says skyrocketed. Container cost that's coming in from overseas has jumped about between anywhere 8 times to 15 times of the normal cost. So that's a lot of pressure on Los Angeles and Long Beach ports. But as you know, the supply chain isn't just the port of entries, right? It has a lot of different components, including truckers, including warehouse workers. So all have to be working in sync to clear the backlog. And in my estimation, and this is purely a guess, it's not going to get cleared anytime soon.
The pandemic, how has that affected? Would this still be a problem if we didn't have the pandemic?
So the pandemic really brought a lot of the sourcing issues we've had in the past prior to the pandemic forefront. Has been a catalyst for those issues to come into light. I would say that it's been a perfect storm. I wouldn't, blame everything on the pandemic. I think the sourcing strategies that put a lot of our eggs into a single basket has been somewhat a contributing factor to all of this.
Well, I can see if some of these companies, if they're nervous about the time scale, they might be ordering more stuff now for spring, which becomes more of a problem maybe in January, February, possibly. Yeah, absolutely.
And we also have Chinese New Year coming up in February timeframe, and that always puts things on slow mode in manufacturing. In addition to that, COVID has really put a fear in labor force in China traveling to some of the urban cities where manufacturing takes place. So we're seeing labor shortages play a major role in both manufacturing as well as transportation of the goods, both on the overseas side and the U.S. side.
All right, what is there anybody that's not affected by this?
Probably not. If there's anybody that's benefiting from this, and I don't think they would wish to benefit from this because it's a bad situation for global economy. But it's the transportation and ocean carriers that are benefiting, from this type of backlog and congestion. Right now, it's their market. They can charge as much as they want, really, and it's that's scary. That's really scary because that puts a lot of pressure for importers and manufacturers in the U.S. to increase their pricing to end users or the consumers, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing jump on in pricing for consumer goods such as clothing to appliances to even cars and automotives. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes in the next into next year. But I'm afraid that we're going to see some inflation coming up our way in the first and second quarter of next year.
Any more thoughts on where we are or where we might be in 6 months with this situation?
No one really has a magic ball to answer this question, but my guess would be that we would see continued congestion in the next 6 months or so. There may be some relief coming in after the holiday season, as well as Chinese New Year. We might be able to see some light at the end of the tunnel. Again, the Biden administration is, putting some measures in to help with this situation. I think, there's going to be some extra expectations from everybody involved in the industry. But in terms of the next 6 months, it's hard to tell. But my guess would be it's going to be the same as where we are today, if not worse.
All right. Well, the shipping containers are the number of containers is still going up. So we got to, when they start coming down, then we could probably kind of,
Right.
When do you think that'll be, when they start leveling off?
I would say so. The low season usually is between April and June timeframe.
Oh, geez. Wow.
That's a very short window. So we might be able to see some lower numbers in terms of number of shipments coming in to the country. So
you don't think it'll drop in December and I guess it won't, huh? No.
It really doesn't. It won't, because of the backlog that we're having, and to be honest, it's also the point that I made earlier about the boosting up the inventory. We're talking about people placing purchase orders now to get those shipments in April and May timeframe. So we may not even see that lower season.
Wow. Summer. It might be next summer. Wow.
Could be. Could be longer. Yeah.
All right, great, Ihan. It was great talking to you. Thank you very much. We'll just check back in 6 months. What day should we check back? Let's check back in April 1st. We can do that, and we'll see where we're at, and we'll go from there.
That sounds good. Hey, Dave, thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem. Have a great day. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. Check out our channel. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us questions, and maybe we'll answer them in the next video. Thank you.